hands. Good evening. This is the Marion City Council meeting for Thursday, July 20th, 2023. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. You. The roll call, please.
Mr. Miskman,
Here.
Mr. Jensen,
Here.
Mr. Harper, Mayor Abu Osley, Mr. Brandt,
Here.
Ms. Menser. Here. Mr. Sterned.
Here. At this time, we're going to have a moment of silence. Thank you. First on the agenda, we have a proclamation for National Disability Independence Day. Mr. Miskman is going to be reading it. And then, was it Sarah? No. Megan with Civil Rights Commission is here to accept it. Sorry.
Whereas the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law on July 26, 1990 by President George H.W. Bush as the nation's first comprehensive law prohibiting discrimination against persons with disabilities and guaranteeing them the same opportunities as all other people. And whereas the ADA helps to overcome barriers that persons with disabilities face every day and addresses issues such as narrow doorways and small bathroom stalls and improves mobility and safety. And whereas the ADA protects persons with disabilities from employment discrimination and provides them with better access to goods and services, including Braille alternatives for the visually impaired and closed captioning for the hearing impaired. And whereas the ADA has helped millions of Americans with disabilities achieve equal treatment, and whereas National Disability Independence Day not only celebrates the signing of the ADA, but also celebrates the independence of persons with disabilities and their accomplishments and contributions to our nation and city. And therefore, I, Gage Miskimmin, on behalf of Nicholas Abu Osley, Mayor of the City of Marion, do hereby proclaim July 26, 2023 as National Disability Independence Day in the City of Marion, Iowa, and encourage all residents to become more aware of the barriers faced by persons with disabilities and work to eliminate such barriers.
As the newest member of the Civil Rights Commission here in Marion, I appreciate that the proclamation was given. And as a mom to kiddos with special needs, I appreciate that the ADA is real. So thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have a recognition of Lieutenant Nathan Rompot regarding his recent graduation from the National Fire Academy's Managing Officer Program. Chief Fagan, take it away.
Well, thank you. Great opportunity this evening to recognize one of our own on a great achievement. Lieutenant Nathan Rompot recently graduated from the National Fire Academy's Managing Officer Program. This program is a multi-year commitment that has prerequisites to even being accepted into it. That process is a competitive process. We're very fortunate here in Marion that we already have one graduate of this program. He is the second, and we also have another one that's currently in the program. So this is a great thing to recognize not only the success of him as an individual, but also our organization broadly for the safety of our community to remain progressive on modern officer development. So Nate is here with his family. And so we'd like to recognize him, not only him, but also his family as well, with their commitment to support him over numerous courses at the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. And so it's a big achievement, national recognition. So I definitely wanted to bring it to the attention of the community and the council. So thank you, Nate, for your commitment to that, and look forward to see that go into work for our community and our department. So thank you. And Lieutenant, I know you brought some of your family. Did you want to introduce them before we take a picture?
Yeah, so I've got my wife Marie, my daughter Lily, and my son Clayton, and then my father Roger, and my brother Zach.
Thank you guys for coming. And you brought your certificate with us, so. Kim, would you mind taking a picture with us?
What do you want to do?
Yeah, if you guys want to come up and take a picture real quick, and then we can take.
Do the family, and then we'll go up.
Yes. Good job, kid.
Thank you.
Nice looking.
All right, next we have the public forum. So this is a section for comments from the public on topics listed on the agenda that are not associated with the public hearing. So if there's anyone here that wants to speak, feel free to come up to the podium. Thank you. Please state your name and your address.
What was that?
State your name and your address, please.
Oh, yeah. My name is Chevy Bushaw. I'm one of the owners of Shortsburger and Shine and the building at 780 11th Street, Marion. We're seeking approval of an awning addition to the front of our building, and I just wanted to be here to answer any questions pertaining to that.
Okay.
So, yep.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Anyone else here to address the council? Seeing none, we will move on to the consent agenda.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through F1, resolutions 31491 to 31504.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through F1, resolutions 31491 through 31501. I'm sorry, 504. Any discussion? Yes.
I have a question on the awning. Is that metal? Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, so that
Please come up to the podium to answer. Sorry.
um,
Thank you.
that is one thing I was talking with the builder about. I think we are gonna lean toward, or go towards the metal or aluminum, just for the longevity of the structure. Because I do like the look of the wood, but I think, you know, obviously over the course of time, the weather will get to that, and we do want it to be a fixed structure that'll last, so.
Great. That was one question, because at first I thought it was metal, but then since it might be wood, and so just kind of clarifying on
Sure.
longevity with that.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I just want to just say thank you again. It's always great to see interest from our business owners that want to kind of change that facade a little bit and bring some extra aesthetics to our businesses and buildings. So thank you for that continued effort. We appreciate that.
Anything else? Then we will vote on the consent agenda. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-18, amending section 1-1 regarding general provisions in subsection 313-107A regarding parking regulations of the Marion Code of Ordinances. This will be second consideration.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-18, amending section 1-1 regarding general provisions and subsection 313-10.7A regarding parking regulations of the Marion Code of Ordinances, second consideration. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-21, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances to update to gender neutral pronouns, and this is the initial consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-21, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances to update to gender neutral pronouns, initial consideration. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. The motion carries. At this time, we have a public hearing on a proposal to enter into a sewer revenue improvement loan agreement. Public hearing is now open. We have a presentation.
Yes, Your Honor. This is for the Public Service Maintenance Facility Project, and it is an item that City Council had previously provided authorization in December of 2022. However, we had changed the allocations per fund, so this simply sets the maximum amount that can be borrowed, but future action by City Council would be needed in order to formally authorize a revenue bond.
Thank you. And in the public hearing, and this is the time for anyone to come forward to speak in favor or against this proposal. Anyone want to come forward? Doesn't look like it. Any comments from outside of the meeting?
I have not received any.
Thank you. Then we will close the public hearing and move on to the resolution.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve resolution number 31505, taking additional action on proposal to enter into a sewer revenue improvement loan agreement, combining loan agreements and authorizing the use of a preliminary official statement for the sale of sewer revenue bonds series 2023D.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve resolution 31505, taking additional action on proposal to enter into a sewer revenue improvement loan agreement, combining loan agreements and authorizing the use of the preliminary official statement for the sale of sewer revenue bonds series 2023D. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 31506, authorizing the use of preliminary official statement for the sale of solid waste revenue bonds, series 2023E.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve resolution 31506, authorizing the use of a preliminary official statement for the sale of solid waste revenue bonds, series 2023E. Discussion. Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-22, amending chapter 247 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding stormwater management. This will be the initial consideration.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-22, amending chapter 247 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding storm water management. Initial consideration. Any discussion? We will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-14, amending chapter 126, article 3 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding electrical code, and this is the final consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-14, amending chapter 126, article 3 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding electrical code. Final consideration. Any discussion? We will vote then. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-15, amending section 126-92 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding housing code, and this is the final consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-15, amending section 126-92 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding housing code. Final consideration. Any discussion? Doesn't look like any, so we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-16, amending section 223-2 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding nuisance abatement. Final consideration.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-16, amending section 223-2 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding nuisance abatement. Final consideration. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. The motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-17, amending section 247-2 and adding a new section of the code, Marion Code of Ordinances regarding property maintenance. This will be the final consideration.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-17, amending section 247-2 and adding a new section to the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding property maintenance. Final consideration. Any discussion? We will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-19, approving an amendment to table 340-5.7-1 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding building setbacks within the M1 light manufacturing and M2 general manufacturing zoning districts, and this is the second consideration.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-19, approving an amendment to table 340-5.7-1 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding building setbacks within the M1 light manufacturing and the M2 general manufacturing zoning districts. Second consideration. Any discussion? None on this. We will vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve resolution number 31507, approving a variance to waive chapter 284, subdivision of land regulations to permit the length of Timber Ridge Court within the proposed Jacobs Landing addition to exceed a length of 600 feet. And this is by Schnorr Bonifazi on behalf of Fraser Land Investments LLC.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31507, approving a variance to waive chapter 284 subdivision of land regulations to permit the length of Timber Ridge Court within the proposed Jacobs Landing addition to exceed a length of 600 feet. Any discussion? Yes, sir.
I do, thank you. Last Tuesday during our work session, I had some concerns about obviously some of our cul-de-sacs and the codes and things of that nature, and I just wanted to state that with further review with the staff, I don't have those objections anymore, making that extension on that. So just for the record too, I want people to know that we do appreciate our developers that are coming in, trying to find these irregular lots that we have. They are difficult, they're challenging to work with, and we appreciate everything that they do for us in that particular area there. So I will not have any more reservations about that, and I appreciate the staff working, and as well too, I have talked to the developers on that as well too. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve resolution number 31508, approving Jacob's Landing Addition preliminary plat located north of East Robbins Road and west of Albernet Road, Marion, Iowa, Fraser Land Investments LLC.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31508, approving Jacob's Landing Addition preliminary plat located north of East Robbins Road and west of Albernet Road, Marion, Iowa. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve resolution number 31509, approving revised elevations associated with the Boulevard Apartments final site development plan for property located at 648 Marion Boulevard, Marion, Iowa. This will be the Talon development.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 31509, approving raised elevations associated with the Boulevard Apartments final site development plan for property located at 648 Marion Boulevard, Marion, Iowa. Discussion.
Mayor Pro Tem, has been brought to our attention that we would like to table this item. So therefore I will make a motion to table resolution number 31509 at this time.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to table resolution 31509. Any discussion? Do we need to make note of when it's tabled to, or is that not needed?
Typically, you'd like to have a date certain. The petitioner who would requested that it be tabled, had asked for the next meeting. So if we can just stipulate for the record that was August 3rd, I believe is the council meeting date.
Do we need to amend the table? The motion for the tabling? Get technical here.
So technically, we would, yes, we want to make a motion to amend the table until August 3rd, just to make sure we have all of our Ts crossed and our Is dotted.
Thank you.
Oh, Mayor Pro Tem. I would like to make a motion to table resolution number 31509 until August 3rd, where it would be brought back for further discussion.
Second.
All right, so we've got another motion to table it till August 3rd, or in addition to the first motion, we'll say. So any discussion on tabling this until August 3rd? None. So we will vote on tabling this. All those in favor of tabling this till August 3rd, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. And it's tabled till August 3rd.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to approve resolution number 31510, approving a final site development plan for the Holiday Inn Express and Suites for property located at 5993 Carlson Way, Marion, Iowa, and this is Hart Family Hotels.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31510, approving a final site development plan for the Holiday Inn Express and Suites for property located at 5993 Carlson Way, Marion, Iowa. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries. And next, we have an update regarding the automated traffic enforcement camera program from Chief Kitzmiller.
Yes, sir. I just want to give you a quick update. We've got our DOT permits in hand. Census Gatso had a construction meeting earlier this week. They're going to start putting the cameras up on Monday. We've got our signage picked out and where it will go. the contractor through Census is responsible for the signage around the two intersections, where we're gonna have the permanent cameras, Highway 100 and East Post Road and 13 and 151. And then we're responsible for putting up signs at the entrances to the city. Right now, we're gonna hang them underneath the Marion signs. Until the new Wayfind signs come in, because our communications director says that they are pretty, and so we will probably relocate those and the engine braking signs onto a separate post. Once those come up online, we'll get word out through the media that they're gonna be turned on. We'll do the 30-day warning period from that time going forward with both the stationary and the mobile cameras, to kind of fine tune things and let our officers learn how to work through the system. And then we'll click them on after that.
Yes, sir.
Chief, can you just share, our staff was on schedule. Can you just share, because our original go live was July 1st. Can you share a little bit about what caused that delay?
Yeah, the DOT had come back after we had submitted our initial request and wanted some changes to the signs and the lettering on the sign, so it took a little bit longer. We had to resubmit, but we got those pushed through and we're ready to go.
Any questions for the chief?
I guess, well, I could take 30 days from Monday, but just for the public's awareness, what date is that live past the 30-day warning period? What actual date is it where people would get tickets?
Well, once we turn the cameras on to start the warning
Right.
period, that'll start the 30 days.
Okay.
They said unless they find something unforeseen, they think they'll have their end done with the cameras up within a matter of days. They've already got them marked out and where they're going. But we'll give everybody plenty of notice, and we'll note that the warning period starts on a particular date once we have that.
And the signs that we're putting up should be up in a couple days after Monday. Yes, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
This is related to the mobile enforcement. Yeah, unit.
Yeah.
So is that coming out at the same, how is that being rolled out into? I mean, we've talked about people need to can submit a petition if they want it in their neighborhood with so many, whatever, but is there a plan and then the communication plan for announcing where that is going to be set?
Yeah, it'll be pushed out on social media. The policy, and I believe the ordinance said 12 hours in advance. It's our intentions to do 24. Once we kind of get into the groove of it, I'd like to schedule those out over in like an entire month, so everybody would know. Typically that thing will stay out for like 2 days, before it has to be brought back in and the battery's recharged. But it'll be based on complaints from the community that we get. And then we've got a series of streets where we know we have consistent complaints at that we can put it out, but there won't be any secrets about it. We've got a picture of it. We're going to put on the website. That's ready to go and be clicked on. As soon as we get ready to start the 30-day period, we'll turn the website on. It'll have the picture. We'll put the picture on our social media. And then we'll push it out.
Anyone else? Any questions for the chief? No? Thank you, sir. All right, we're moving on to the public forum. This is a time set aside for comments from the public. Please understand that the city council does not take any action on your comments at this meeting due to the requirements of the open meetings law, but may do so at a future meeting. Is there anyone here that would like to address the council? Mr. Fowens. We have a history lesson, maybe?
I have a history lesson.
Yay.
Good evening, members. I'm Scott Phones. I live at 2231 Tamarack Circle. It's fair season. And now I know that Councilman Draper has probably mentioned, and some of you have heard of this, Marion had a fairgrounds. It was the Indian Creek Country Club. And if you look at some of the older photos, aerials of that time, you can still see a track that was there where that country club was, or where that fairgrounds was. It was run by the Marion Interstate Fair Board or Fair Association. And 1924 was kind of an interesting year for the fairgrounds. In January of that year, it was announced that the 3 fastest pacers in the world were going to come to Marion and race on that track. Now, for those of us of a certain age, you probably are thinking of a wood paneled amoeba looking 70s hatchback. That's not a pacer. I had to do a little bit of research just to figure out what it was. This is a form of harness racing. And for the 6 months between January when it was announced and July 4th, which was when the race was held, there was a lot of excitement. 100 families put up $50 each so that they could have a $5,000 purse. Not only did you have that race, but you had what was advertised as the world's greatest fireworks display that 4th of July. Now, in addition to that, of course, there is the fair, and we have everybody from the region that comes in for the fair. But there was one other event that sort of would generate today a lot of discomfort. But at the day, it wasn't that big a deal. You see, in 1924, the United States was dry. The dries here in Iowa had won. And even though the Volstead Act was in place, there was not a significant number of revenuers available to enforce the alcohol laws. At about the same time, you had the end of World War I and a lot of fear about immigrants coming in. And there was a lot of nativism. Lo and behold, out from underneath the rock reemerges the Ku Klux Klan right here in Lynn County. And they were predominantly focused on this para-enforcement attitude against anybody who was caught drinking alcohol, and would happily go up to somebody's house and make sure that they understood that the consumption of the spirits was something that was not allowed. But like any group, there were problems. And in 1924, a whole group of the Cedar Rapids Klan folks got into a fight with a whole group of Klan folks from the national organization. And the national organization showed up here in Marion in July of that year and threw all the other Klan members out. So those Klan members then said, well, we're going to form our own group. And on October 7th of 1924, they held a rally at the fairgrounds. They started out with a big parade on 13th Street that went up 7th Avenue through Uptown, turned right on 10th Street and right into the fairgrounds. And there were hundreds of people that lined the walks and hundreds of people that showed up. Now, fortunately, the Klan disappeared, vanished again, because we believe in equality for everyone, regardless of whether you're Catholic, Lutheran, Jewish, whether you come from the Czech Republic, Italy, Poland, or anywhere else in the world. But it was an aspect of that Marion history. And it was apparently a pretty big parade. And that was one of the activities that was hosted at the Marion Fairgrounds. I came across that as I was doing some additional research on something else, and I kind of thought it was interesting and thought I'd share that. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you all have a fantastic evening.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to address the council? Seeing none, we will move on to council comments. We'll start with Gage at the far end. Nothing? Steve?
Yeah, I've got two follow-up comments to what you just talked about. Number one, when I was a kid, we went to Indian Creek Country Club for our fireworks. And two, I play golf there all the time, and we're always making reference to the racetrack. And if you're playing hole number 9 and we say your ball is on the racetrack, that's not a good thing because that meant you hit it way too far left. Anyway, I do have a question for Chief Fagan though. In your monthly report, Chief, you talked about getting 95 applications. Can you bring us up to date on that? Because that number seems incredibly high and nice to see that. So give us an update on that if you can.
Yes, thank you, Councilmember, for bringing that forward. Very exciting news tonight. We did certify the list of 40 certified firefighter candidates. 40 is the maximum number for the Civil Service Code that can be on that list. So a very competitive process. We're looking forward to interviews next week and moving forward into filling those vacancies in our department. So this was a very, very positive recruitment, a very competitive process. 95 is more than double any of the past 3 recruitments that we've had as part of the fire department.
I knew that was an extremely high number, so I wanted to make sure everybody understood that, and let's hopefully keep that trend going as our police chief tries to fill a few openings as well. Thank you.
Sunrise Yoga this Saturday. We are halfway through this year, and we had, in our 10 years, we had the largest number on Saturday we've ever had at Sunrise Yoga. It was combined with our Corridor Corporate Games. The last few years has partnered and made Sunrise Yoga a stop for, your stamps and the competition. And I'll say this year was the smoothest in working with them on that day. We really enjoyed it, but I kind of lost track around the 220 mark for people. So it was definitely a full Saturday, and hopefully we brought some new people into the program. So we'll be there again on Saturday. And so it's kind of quieter time in July now, but we've definitely had record numbers this entire year. So it's great to see everybody out enjoying the park and going for walks when they're done and talking and just kind of hanging out and enjoying our beautiful area. So that's why I'm not at Talby Park. And I don't know who's going to Talby Park this week. And Steve will be at Talby Park for council office hours. Don't forget to stop by.
Randy?
Oh, thank you. With Mr. Draper gone, I was going to look down there at Mr. Jensen, and he brought up that fair deal down there. I thought maybe he was going to remember something from back then. So we got a candidate for that area. Just a reminder, we have Ragbri starting off this week. I'll be taking my wife, her team out to Sioux City with 10,000 of her closest friends. We have a lot of staff that'll be participating. So looking forward to that, hoping for everybody's safety. It's supposed to be really hot this week, humid. They will be traveling down through the Coralville area, coming through the Amanas actually on Friday, overnighting in Coralville and then on their way into Davenport. So anyway, please be safe. Allow for some extra time if you're traveling down into those particular areas there for your events this week. But anyway, we wish for a safe ride and everyone's return home.
Thank you. You beat me to it, Randy. I was gonna say something about Steve being at the fairgrounds, watching the horses racing also, but have to pick on him as the elder now. That's all. I don't have anything else, so we're done. The meeting is adjourned. Have a great evening.